So welcome to the show, Francie, and thank you so much for making time. We appreciate you being here and can't wait to dig a little bit into the story that you have.
Thank you, Faris. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So Francie, I mean, having known what you've been doing for years, I'm always just fascinated by how you started, where you are now, and where you want to go next. So if you want to give a little bit about how what is Francie's background initially, and how did you start this business, and what you've been doing, and where you're going next?
Right. So my background is in labor and industrial relations, but that goes back a long time. And after college, I did a year of volunteer work, and then I worked in training and development for disadvantaged populations. And after a few years, my dad approached me. He saw the number of contract workers that were being utilized at GM and thought that was a great business to pursue as a second business. He was the manufacturer's rep, and asked if I wanted to do it. So it literally was a situation of, if you want to do this, I'm going to date myself, but there's the wooden desk, there's like the pens and pencils, and there's the yellow pages, like, go. And that's exactly what happened. He had a few contacts with a couple of tier one suppliers that were helpful in the initial stages. And we built from there. That was in 1989. So it's been a long journey.
Wow, and what a big jump, right? But I'm assuming you left a steady paying job to do this, and
I did. I took a pay cut. Let's just say that.
A small one, I'm sure. Just kidding. I'm sure
a small one to get started. Yeah.
I also people, it's a small one. It's this big.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fascinating. And you started with one, but if I remember, you had like 3 locations. You had all kinds of stuff going on. So walk me through that, the starting point with that wooden desk to how did you get to the 3 locations? And
Sure.
I remember you also had different industries. You started with maybe automotive, but
right.
if I remember, you also had a medical side and you had all kinds of other things. So I'd love to hear a little bit about that, Francie.
Right. Well, we started out in the professional and technical arena in placing people direct in contract. And it was the direct placement at that time that really kept our doors open for the first 3 years. It was also a recession. And once we knew we wanted to continue forward after that point, we knew that we needed to diversify in the types of people that we were providing and the types of customers we were working with, because we did start out largely automotive. So then we diversified first into the administrative clerical world, and placed in just a wide variety of industries. And then we wanted to really grow. At that point, we were still one location. And so we decided to pursue the world of manufacturing and light industrial. And as anyone who's been down this road knows, that sort of like takes over your world a bit once you step into that. But we knew that we needed to have the volume. We knew that we needed to have the diverse types of employees, and we knew that we needed to have different types of staffing solutions, placement opportunities, direct, contract, temporary, whatever it may be. So we're located, our headquarters was located on the east side, still is. We opened a Livonia office. At one time we had an office in Lansing. And we grew to about $23 million in sales. And then in 2009, we were one of the last people to be affected, but our largest customer was not an automotive manufacturer and went bankrupt. And so we basically started over in 2010. So 11 years ago, and honestly, it's taken that period of time to really rebuild in every area, financially, the types of work that we do. We've done well, but I feel like in the last 3 years, we're finally like in a good place where all the pieces are, firmly back together, and maybe better than we were in the past.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately and unfortunately, I think with COVID, I think there'll be more demand for, staffing solutions per se. And I'm sure you're seeing that, and you probably could be a pain point for you today, but I'm hoping it becomes a good challenge to solve.
Well, the fun part of it right now, and the part that I love and we love, I guess, as a company, it's like what we do best is that, COVID has forced us to truly, truly collaborate with our customers in terms of like, how do we do this together?
Yeah.
How do we solve your problems together? Because that whole slogan of we are all in this together, it really, I know like it sounds trite, but it is so true. And we've always partnered well, but we've never partnered to this level. And to me, that like, I love that. That's my passion, is we get to sit down at the table and talk about making it happen and how are we going to do it and who's going to do what.
Yeah, well, Francie, I think that's part of that. You're such a candid person with your conversation that I'm sure that usually helps to keep the conversation honest and open. And
Right.
COVID being a natural force probably forced maybe some of your clients to do that with you. So that's awesome to hear. Congratulations. There's
Yeah.
so much to unfold with you. I don't even know if this is fair to do it in 5 or 10 minutes. I usually do. So we're going to take a short break and we're going to come back and continue the conversation. Thank you so much, Francie.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. So one of the things I'd love to fold is when you went down in 2008, and I always feel entrepreneurship is a roller coaster, and
Mhm.
sometimes you're high and low at the same moment.
It's so true.
So walk me through like what went through your mind,
Oh,
because sometimes you'll say like option B, option C, or something else. And my mind, see, knowing you, Francie, I don't think you had that in your head. You probably just thought,
mhm.
I'm going to make this work. So I'd love to hear just a little bit of that unfolding for the listeners to see what do you do when things go in a different directions than you planned it.
Right. Well, I think the most important thing is that if you've been doing it for a while, you know that your emotional resilience and your ability to stay steady and focused on in in really truly difficult times in very small increments of time, that you're in there for the long term, but you measure things and you gear yourself to 1 month at a time, 3 months at a time, and then you start building 6 months at a time. Because I mean, you know at that point we were really starting from nothing again. And so I really felt like if I could just perseverance, if I could just hang in there longer than someone else, and do it because I know what I want, who I want to be, what I want my company to be, what I want to do. Um, it, I don't know, it helped, it helped get through it. And the other thing that helped get through it is that, my business is a business that involves teams of people. I'm not professional services, independent, and that communication with the people around you constantly in where we at, being honest, being transparent, and reinforcing where it is we're going, what it is we need to do, is what I think got us through. Because I certainly didn't do it alone. It's having the people around me believe in the fact that we could come back, we could do it.
It could rise up. I mean, I love what you said. And I think that's really resilience. That's hard, right? Looking
Mhm.
at a day to day or a month at a time, knowing that there's a long-term vision, but making steps on day-to-day activities so you could move an inch further every day. That's
Sure.
to me like real resilience. And one of the programs that we actually developed during COVID was a resilient entrepreneur program based on exactly your teachings and your
I love
thoughts. I mean, you did this naturally because this is what you do, but many
that.
people probably don't know that that's what you should be doing when those things happen.
Right. And a support system. And I'm sure that's part of your program. And it's so great that you're doing that, because it's unexpected, and it's not necessarily, it's a muscle that you can build. if it doesn't come naturally, but also knowing that, you know, you have other people around you, because it's lonely.
It's very lonely. Yeah.
And if you don't build a support system or talk to other people who can understand you, I mean, it'll be a dark journey at times.
Yeah, I always tell people you can't go home and tell your significant other, I have no paycheck this week.
Right.
Find a different place to say that, and then
Exactly.
you could, and then figure it out how to keep home safe per se, and at least no challenges there. That's
Right.
fabulous. I mean, you personally have known this, that you need a village or you need a tribe. As a matter of fact, you started yet another business. If I can
Mhm.
unfold that as well. So
Sure.
walk us through what inspired you to do this new venture that you started and you continue to grow as well, and where
Right.
you go with it.
Yeah, with the coaching business. Well, I think honestly, the whole reason that I have a business to start is because I love mentoring, and I love helping people see their strengths. And so getting back into that one-on-one or small group type situation where I'm able to give back and to help other people sort of get out of their own way or see themselves in a different light is what is, to me, the most inspiring, you know, the most inspiring part of everything that I do. It's about the people, you know, that you see grow around you or that you share growth with. So the coaching business is something that it's my passion at this point. I love my, you know, my staffing business, but the coaching is what really lights me up. And that's my next chapter. I mean, the business will continue, but the coaching is what I know I want to develop when I have time to do more of that.
Well, I mean,
Or make it a priority, I guess, make it a priority.
well, I mean, your business, the staffing, from my perspective, is more of I'm going to call it's a business now, where before it was a startup. And
Yeah.
once you have a systems in place, it's easier for you to start transitioning to other ventures that you could explore, because now you have the people and the systems in place to make it work.
Sure.
And you got to check on it, and then hopefully it'll allow you to free up some of your time to develop other things, because once you develop one, as you know, the skills that you train your muscles on could help you develop a second and a third and a fourth and fifth and so on and so forth. And I think you already shared that with your dad in a way, right? Once he had one business, so another opportunity, so that muscle was already working to say, there's another opportunity. I can't do it alone. Can you do it?
Yeah.
And it's really amazing to listen to and hear.
Yeah, that's a great point.
We could keep you here all day.
Mhm.
And I know you have to run. I want to just say thank you so much for being with us. If you were to say to an aspiring entrepreneur today one word, what would you tell them?
Perseverance. I was struggling between vision and perseverance, but I would say perseverance.
Yeah, I love what you said, that if you could just last one more day, that to me said a lot of things that I hope a lot of entrepreneurs could listen to, because sometimes, unfortunately, you just have to go day by day. You can't plan that long.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, just hang in there.
Thank you so much, Francie. Talk to you.
Thank you. Thanks. Take care. Bye.